Now, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the popular Adult Swim show Boondocks, known for its cruel comedy and its real but hilarious takes on black culture. But what if I was to tell you about a black show that aired on Adult Swim also that doesn't get as much recognition but low-key is crazier than the Boondocks? The show known as Black Dynamite. Now, for a brief background overview, the show was created by Carl Jones and aired from 2011 to 2012 and was based on a 2009 live-action film Black Dynamite. And the same character that starred in it, Michael Jai White, also voice acts himself in this show as Black Dynamite as well. So the show revolves around the four Avengers of the main characters, Black Dynamite, Bullhorn, Cream Corn, and Honeybee, and they run the orphanage. And yes, I'm not joking when I say it's actually known as the orphanage. But yes, the orphanage is what it sounds like. It's some hoes that are making money for the orphanage, while there's orphans that are just living in there trying to, better their everyday lives. With each of the main characters going through their own things and also their funny chops as well. Starting with Black Dynamite, he's a hyper-masculine, smooth-talking hero who embodies the stoicism and the coolness of the 70s and the blaxploitation. Well, he's also kind of like a black superhero in the hood, like he's quite literally super nigga. He stops all the crime, all the drug trafficking that goes on where they live, also known as LA in the real world. And he also used to work as like a Marine, Navy SEAL, and all branches of the government while also being like a black belt master. So yeah, he's kind of like Afro Samurai if he was the leader of all the hoes. The next character being Bullhorn, who quite literally can only rhyme. Like, he doesn't talk in anything else but rhymes. And it's kind of funny, but also sometimes annoying. But I'll admit, he's quite a cool character if I'm being honest. Next up, we got Cream Corn, who is the wannabe pimp, who even though he claims he's like that, he really isn't. Is actually kind of more of a bitch than the hoes that the pimps have to deal with. So it's just kind of funny. Lastly, we got Honeybee, and she's the strong female presence of the show, balancing the independence and the exaggerated blaxploitation female lead tropes, and also managing all the hoes in the orphanage, so she's pretty important if I'm being honest. Now, despite the show having one of the most crazy plots you'll probably ever hear of, it actually covers some real life stuff. Firstly, the institutional racism that goes on, as even though it's done in a comedic way, they do talk about how corrupt government agencies and conspiracies against black communities really happen in real life, and how real historical figures are real life trying to destroy the black community. For example, they made a comedic episode of how they try to put drugs into the black community so we could all get hooked on it, but instead we ended up selling it back to the white folks, which is kind of a funny satire moment of what goes on now. As the sad part is that, yeah, a lot of us did get hooked, but also we're selling it right back to the white folks. So I don't know how to put it. It's like we're losing but winning at the same time. It's a little interesting, but also kind of crazy to think about. Another topic that was touched on in the show that I really love to be talked about is the exploitation of black talent. One of the examples being Richard Pryor. And for those who don't know, he was one funny comedian that he made basically any and everyone laugh. And because of that, I guess the white marketing agencies wanted to just take complete control of bro and monopolize off of him. And because of that, they got bro hooked on crack and told him, yeah, we'll give you this much of you know what if you can make all these people laugh. And eventually, yeah, it just started to take a toll on bro, as being laughed at your whole life can take a mental toll on anybody, and especially a comedian such as himself. But this is a little different but also the same, which in this show was Michael Jackson. As him being the talent child in the family, he kind of whipped everybody else and bullied everybody else into doing what he says. And because of that, yeah, everyone's talent was exploited for the wrong reasons, and Black Diamond had to come save the day by whipping bro's ass as usual. As touched upon earlier, the show really likes to talk about how, powerful agencies such as the CIA and every other agency with the acronym you can think of loves to try to take control of the black people for no reason. One of the episodes, they somehow found a shark that only likes black blood and basically lure all the black people out by having earth, fire, and wind perform in the middle of the ocean and basically have them all get eaten up by a shark. Yes, that's a real plot, and probably where the huge meme of Black Dynamite having sex with the water came from. So yeah, I guess that we can say thank you to the episode for that. Overall though, I'll admit this show is by far one of the best, or should I say one of the more satirical shows of all time, as the different spin-offs or different ways it spins on different real life topics, whether Bob Marley, again, putting drugs into black communities, and just all this crazy stuff can be used to teach a valuable lesson to people, is to just never trust a honky, as Black Dynamite says. Appreciate you guys for listening to this video. I know it's a short one, as this is an idea I had on for a while now, but again, school's starting to get up. Your boy's a senior now, gotta start working on scholarships, and there's a lot of other stuff I'm working on behind the scenes. So yeah, Anyways, y'all, I hope God blesses you as he's been blessing me with just being able to wake up to a brand new day. And see you guys in the next one.